I want everybody to say, talk to me then, what? 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 Lay, talk to me then, what? Talk to me then, what?
Oh, I was really skeptical about sharing my 2 cents on this topic because a lot of people have been banned. I mean, it's not a harmful topic. It's just that it's not suitable for the agenda. Well, look at me adding myself to the list of those people. Right. I welcome you to this channel. If you're new here, I really hope that you value my opinions as much as you value other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, everyone has a right to exercise their freedom of speech, right? Now, the topic that is not really harmful, it's just that it doesn't suit the agenda, is about health, right? You've heard a lot of things about health by now, how the agenda is a scam and, the natural way of solving a problem is what's deemed to be a scam, right? Now, I want to say that marketing played a big role in executing this agenda, because obviously at the time this agenda was coming into play was in the time where we believed everything we would get from the mainstream, right? So it was at a time where if you weren't watching TV, there was something wrong with you, right? I mean, obviously, unless you were poor, like you couldn't really afford a TV, then it was really unfortunate, right? But at this point, I'm sure those who still don't have a TV are actually glad that they didn't get a TV, judging from the amount of content, because according to mainstream, it's content, right? The amount of content that was marketed to us to actually believe this agenda, because everything suited them, right? So the first one being that healthy. Now, this healthy, I'm sure you'll be able to, figure out what type of health I'm referring to. But this healthy food is actually more cheaper than healthy food, right? So it's a scam. It's a lie. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. I mean, look at the amount of things. I'm gonna use the example with our currency. I'm sorry to all you American viewers, but I'm sure you know how you can apply this to yourself, right? The amount of things you can get with 500 Rand that are healthy are more and more satiating and more nutritional than what you would get with 500 Rand if you're buying the healthy stuff, right? That's the first thing that really pissed me off, was that, hey, why do I still have money after purchasing the things that I thought were going to be expensive, right? And you're able to buy more of it to the point where now you're actually asking yourself, besides what I was told from the mainstream, why am I buying this again? Right? Because it's not doing anything for me. I mean, it's solving a symptom. It's curing a symptom, rather. But I want something that's actually going to prevent that thing from happening to me. Right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, obviously, that some of the things that are really, really, really bad for you, you know, you would be able to get them cheaper than what is actually going to benefit you. But even if you pay attention to that thing, there's still slight additions of that poisonous thing, which is deemed to be good, by the way. Slight additions, right? So that the word organic or the word raw actually comes across as organic or raw. I mean, think about it. They are actually making one thing easier for us, or there is actually one problem that they are solving. It's just that they're solving it the wrong way. Is that it's convenience, hence convenience stores, because growing your own food really needs labor, right? And as much as it is the best way to prevent a lot of problems, biggest one being health, because health is wealth, right? So growing your own product comes across as time consuming. Well, it is time consuming, but it is also demonized, right? Demonized, is that even a word? Well, you know what I mean. Another thing that really pisses me off about this is that you actually get shamed for eating the right way. You are weird. You are not cool, right? You are not what we consider normal. How proud am I? Like, I'm really proud that I'm actually not normal, according to society, of course. I'm actually not normal because, unlike the normal and the average, I actually care about what I use on my body, right? Whether use or eat or drink. I have now thought to myself that, hey, listen, okay, they did market convenience correctly, but is it really convenient? Like, is the convenience really overshadowing the consequences? Like, is it really overshadowing the consequences? Because if you think about it, if you pay attention to the billionaires that are taking care of themselves or that are not really heavily suffering from the consequences, is that they know for a fact that they are obviously, most of them are successful because they had to risk their health, which is why the number one thing that's on top of their head now that they're actually successful is to make sure that they reverse all the consequences that took place, right? So obviously it is clear now that health is most important because that is wealth. And then obviously second is family. And then third are the riches, right? So it then occurred to me that how can I make sure that I don't suffer the consequences of convenience, but also how do I get to the riches without sacrificing these three? Or actually, how am I going to make sure that these three I don't lose them? Because that's basically what's important. Anything outside of that is pretty much a want at that point, not a need, right? So that's the thing. I really, whether it's using it on my skin because it is the largest organ, of course, or what am I inserting in my mouth, food and drinks, of course. Let me not even make a comment. So whatever it is that I'm eating or I'm drinking, right? And the environment, like, am I in a peaceful environment? Do I enjoy being in that environment, right? So those are the things that are now important to me, to the point where the more I pay attention to these things, the more I don't give a fuck. I just don't. Because I'm actually finding reasons why I should add certain people, whether it's women or it's people in general, right? So I'm actually trying to find reasons why I should add you into my world, basically, right? Now, you'll obviously be thinking to yourself, oh, okay, well, what makes you think you can actually use that to your advantage, or why do you think you are privileged that much? Well, that's because I am. I don't care what you think. I don't, right? And this is something that, this is how you're supposed to be thinking of your life, by the way. Like, this is how you're supposed to be thinking every single time. Why should I add certain people into my list? Or if there's a cool kid squad, why should I be on the cool kid squad? I mean, unless if they have everything that you want, of course, now you have to pretty much qualify yourself into that squad. But if they are just cool kids because the name is cool kids, or because they are more popular, are they actually happy, right? Because back then, when I was a kid, if you are popular, then you were important. Meaning, if you're a celebrity, then you are important. How many celebrities are actually important now? Some celebrities are less popular than influencers, because influencers are the celebrities now. But also, majority of them are not even cool, if you get what I'm saying. So, which leads me back to, why should I add you into my world, basically? Right? I mean, I'm not an introvert, so I'm not going to close myself to the world, like not open any doors. I mean, I'm still going to communicate, but I'm just saying what I am making available to the public, because obviously you're part of the public. What I am not making available to the public, why should you be able to access that? Is pretty much the question that I ask 90% of the people now. It used to be 50, and then it gradually increased, and then it increased and increased to the point where it's 90. And it's slowly approaching 95, right? And the thing is, when you tell people this, it comes across as you being rude and you thinking you're mightier than thou or holier than thou. No. The thing is, if you want to experience me as me, then I have to obviously implement whatever I need to implement to make sure that, hey, you are lucky you're getting to experience me, not the fake me. Because that's what leads to people developing a fake personality, or developing a fake personality so that it can come across as the real them. And then you come to find out that the actual friends are like, no, bro, you don't know this guy. We don't know this guy. And it's unfortunate that in internet, 95% of the people are just showing 20% of themselves, not 100%. And the close ones are able to tell you about the 80% that you have no idea about. And you think the 20% is the 100%, right? So, but obviously, getting back to health, a healthy environment is healthy for you as well, right? And I want everyone to make sure that every single time they pay attention to the good things that they can bring into their lives and good omen, and get rid of the bad things that are in their life. And if you don't know, rather be misinformed than being uninformed. Because now you will take this misinformation and research the opposites of this misinformation, and then now you're getting the correct information. I don't know who said this, and I'm not going to quote them directly. Okay, I know who said this, but now I can't actually think of the name. If I'm not mistaken, it was Mr. Washington, Denzel Washington. He said, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. But if you watch the news, you're misinformed. Right? Which obviously means if you watch the news and you pay attention to the opposite of that, then now you're informed.
I want everybody to say, talk to me then, what? Talk to me then, what?